Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time, presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur who is trying to get over that hump and make things happen. This podcast is for anybody who has a dream that wants to aspire higher and accomplish that dream. I don't ask for any money. I do this podcast off of pure passion. I just want everybody out there to win. All I ask for is two things. If you find anything beneficial in this podcast, you pass it on to somebody in your network that may benefit from it as well. And two, please leave a review. Let me know what you think about the podcast. Let me know what you would like to hear on the podcast, things of that nature. So with that being said, I've always loved superheroes, comic books, things like that. I've always been intrigued with the whole notion of a superhero versus a villain. But what intrigued me the most was what gave them their power. It was, how did they get their power? What was the source of their power? That's what intrigued me the most. Black Panther, it took the country by storm and is on the way to becoming the third highest grossing film in the history of the world. I just read an article this morning that said is en route to passing Titanic. Black Panther, where does he get his powers from? Yes, he knows 40 different fighting styles and things of that nature, but he gets his power from Vibranium, right? This mysterious substance that came from outer space. Vibranium is what gives him his power. Vibranium is what makes Wakanda the most powerful nation on Earth. Wolverine, what made his claws so strong? Why was he able to, use his claws to basically cut through anything that came his way? It was because of adamantium. It was actually a hybrid of vibranium. An evil scientist tried to replicate vibranium, but he couldn't replicate it 100%, so he created adamantium. This mysterious metal that made Wolverine so strong. Kryptonite, the planet Krypton. Although Kryptonite was Superman's weakness here on Earth, it still intrigued me how this man can be so strong, but this little piece of green stone can make him so weak. I love superheroes, and I love how superheroes get their power. And in my imagination, because this is my show and I can do this, I see entrepreneurs as superheroes. I see dream chasers as superheroes. Of course, we can't fly. Of course, we can't, stop a speeding bullet. Of course, we can't move a mountain physically. But nevertheless, we are superheroes in the eyes of others who want to aspire and do what we do. That's why it's so important that you can't quit, because what you're doing right now, you may not know it, but you're being watched by somebody somewhere. They're admiring you. They're studying you. They're telling themselves that, I want to do what this person is doing, and I want to use this person as a model to get to where I want to go. You are a superhero in somebody's eyes, and that's why you can't quit. That's why you have to keep going forward. But where do we get our powers from? Where do we get our superpowers from? What keeps us going? Last week I talked about the brainwash, about how, number one, you have to believe that you can do anything on this earth, and number two, you have to actually do it. You have to actually take action. Right? You have to believe that you can change, then you make the change, and then you have to take action after you make that change to become a successful entrepreneur, to become whatever it is that you want to do. But where do you get that from? What even puts the seed in your head? In my imagination, ladies and gentlemen, superheroes, entrepreneurships, we have MOGULism in our veins. And I'm going to give you the definition of MOGULism right now. MOGULism is a noun. It is an invisible substance that runs through your veins that gives you the fuel to MOGULize. That's what MOGULism is. And you can only unlock MOGULism after you conduct the brainwash. Go back and listen to episode 130 if you haven't, last week's episode, the brainwash. Once you conduct a brainwash, then you will unlock MOGULism in your veins. MOGULism gives you the fuel to MOGULize. So what is MOGULize? What is MOGULization? I'm going to give you the definition for that. That's a verb. MOGULization is the process to use all negativity as fuel and motivation to accomplish your goals. Once you have MOGULism, you can't lose. And I'm going to explain how, because you see, in this world, every time you're doing something great, I talked about this on plenty episodes, it's always going to be somebody negative trying to bring you down. There's always going to be something that's going to hit you out of left field. It's going to happen. You're not going to see it coming. You can be having a great day, And then in one split second, you can get a text, you can get a phone call that can reverse your entire day, that can bring a dark cloud over your head. It can be anything. It can be car troubles. It can be money troubles. It could be an angry customer or client demanding a refund. It can be anything. It could be a friend that you thought was a friend that doesn't support you, that you found out was talking about you, that refuses to come to your launch party, or refuses to come to your birthday party, or refuses to buy a product or a service from you. It could be family members who think you just need to settle in, get a good job, or keep your day job and give up these crazy dreams. Anything at any given moment can bring a dark cloud over your sunny day and over your dreams, and it can take your energy from positive to negative. It's going to happen every single day. You can't escape it. No matter how good your day is, no matter how positive of a person you are, you're gonna get hit from left field from things. It can be minor, it can be major, but it's gonna happen. So when you have Mogulism in your spirit and in your veins, that's going to give you the ability to MOGULize these things. So what that means is you're going to be able to assess the situation, no matter how bad it is. And you're going to be able to use that as motivation to keep going forward, to keep going harder. People don't support me. Okay, let me MOGULize that and use that as motivation to become the success that I really want to become. And then they're going to look stupid for not supporting me. I have car troubles right now. Okay, let me MOGULize this energy and realize that in due time, I'm going to have a better car. Maybe not next month, maybe not next year, but a better car is coming. Oh, this client wants a refund. Okay, let me go ahead and send him this refund. Even though I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to MOGULize the situation and I'm going to make tenfold the money that I just refunded them for. You have to learn how to MOGULize everything that's going on in your entrepreneurial life and anything that you do in your career and your goals. When things hit you from left field, when negativity comes your way, you have to MOGULize it. You have to go through your MOGULization process and see the positive in every negative. It's easier said than done, no doubt. Because guess what? Every superhero, the Black Panther, Superman, Batman, Iron Man, every superhero gets their butt kicked. It happens. T'Challa got his butt kicked against Killmonger in the first fight. Superman got his butt kicked a million times. Batman got beat up. Every superhero gets beat up. But guess what? They always win in the end. Because their superpowers, their ingenuity, their intellect, their strength always overcomes whatever villain or foe that they're facing. It's the same thing with us, ladies and gentlemen. As an entrepreneur, as a dream chaser, you're a superhero in somebody's eyes, and Mogulism is your superpower. Yeah, you're going to take some hits. Yeah, you're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some bad weeks. You're going to have some bad months. But guess what? Eventually, your MOGULization process is going to take all of that negativity, all of that adversity. And then in your mind, you're going to be able to use that as motivation to go harder. Because you have to tell yourself, losing is not an option. I came this far. I put in this amount of money, this much work, this much blood, this much sweat, these much tears. I can't lose right now. I got to keep going because it's deeper than me. Yeah, I want to win. Yeah, I want to be successful, but it's deeper than me. It's about the people who do support me. The people on social media that I never met who truly support me. The few people who I do know that truly support me. It doesn't matter how many people are against you in this world. Just focus on the people that do support you, the few people that do support you, your real MVPs. When you get a chance, go back and listen to a past episode, the real MVPs. You have to focus on them. You have to think about them when you're at the bottom of the barrel. You have to think about why you started when you're at the bottom of the barrel. Then that Mogulism is going to start to heat up. And then you're going to be able to MOGULize the situation that you're in. And then you're going to be able to win in the end. You're going to be able to overcome whatever you're facing. And then you will become a successful entrepreneur. You will become a successful person in your career and in your dreams. It's going to happen. Don't worry about how many people are against you. Guess what? The Justice League, the Avengers, is only a few of them. And they still got to go against all these villains around the world, around the universe. Because it ain't about numbers. It's about the strength. It's about your ability, your power. That's what Mogulism is. Mogulism, the noun, and MOGULization, the verb. These are your superpowers as an entrepreneur. These are your superpowers as somebody who is striving to accomplish their goals. Once you conduct a brainwash, you unlock these superpowers. And once you have these superpowers, you have them for life. Again, it's not going to be an overnight process. You're not going to win every battle overnight, but you're going to win every battle eventually. If you just continue to work, if you continue to imagine reality and you don't forget where your superpowers come from and you don't forget who you're fighting for and why you're fighting. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.